Hello, everybody. Hello, world. Hello, Philippines. And hello, all parts of the world. This is again, I am a singer, Eternal Voice. Welcome to my YT channel and to my YT world. I'm coming back. It's been a long time. A couple of days ago, or days passed by, that I did not have my vloggings and live streamings. Now, I will do another vlogging. Okay, and this is now going back to occupational safety and health. This is really related to process safety. Okay, when we speak about process safety, what comes on your mind? Of course, the word process. Okay, so process means a systematic actions, ways, or decisions to produce or to deliver an output. Okay, something like that. So input and then it will produce to output. Actually, there is what we call recovery in between input and output, especially if there are a little bit of wastage and leakages. But normally, under circumstances, it will be equal directly to input is equals to output. Okay, because the recovery, shall we say, is minimal or negligible or zero, something like that. Okay, so input, output, and this between input and output, a lot of processes. Process A, process B, process C, process D. Okay, and interconnected with each other. Okay, and then there is also what we call bypass. Okay, the lines to lines necessary also, and then okay, this process A, B, C, D before producing the final products or the final stage. Okay, we have what we call physical and chemical separation processes in there. In process A could either be physical or chemical processes, or okay, physical or chemical operations. For example, in process A, that would be manual handling, and then after that, uh, mechanical handling through process equipment or work equipment, and then after that one, it will become let us say extraction, and after extraction process, we'll go the crystallization, or it could be distillation, and then after that it could be burning or pyrolysis or catalytic cracking or thermal cracking, and after that, all I am trying to explain is all about processes. Okay, it could either be physical and chemical processes, or shall we say physical and chemical separation processes. Okay, because in a certain process we need also sometimes to isolate. Okay, for example, the liquid from the solid to liquid, like that, and also to gas, something like that, liquid to gas. There's an evaporation, like that. Okay, solid to liquid extraction, something like that. Okay, so a lot. So in chemical engineering, that is what we call physical and chemical separation processes. Okay, and those processes also uh, involved in different companies and manufacturing industries also. Okay, they are applying the what we called as process safety management. If we understand properly the process safety, then we will apply the process safety management. Okay, the PSM. This is under 29 CFR 1910.119, in complementary to the hazardous communication standard system, the HAZCOM 29 CFR 1910.1200. Here we will be talking about more on the OSHA, because this is in a global point of view, and because OSHA is applicable, okay, in almost all parts of the world, though other countries have its own specific local HSE, health and safety and environment legislation. But you know, if we talk about global and universal, OSHA matter the most. Okay, especially in the Middle East, something like that. We are applying OSHA for the standards, okay, like this, and then those two standards I mentioned now will be interrelated with each other, okay. Since process safety management is talking about the process, and we are referring here really the process, okay, so we need to define what is a process, okay. So in an OSH point of view, occupational safety and health point of view, a process is any activity involving highly hazardous chemicals, okay, including using, storing, manufacturing, handling, and movement of these hazardous chemicals to avoid and prevent accidental release of these chemicals that are mostly reactive, explosive, flammable, and toxic. So we need to prevent the hazardous releases of these chemicals. So we mean could it be a gas, solid, or liquid? Okay. A lot of manufacturing industries are producing highly hazardous chemicals that are liquids, solids, and gases also. So three phases of states, okay, three phases of matter, okay. So a lot. So the requirement in obeying and making this PSM as a mandatory requirement for any manufacturing industries that deals with highly hazardous chemicals are those chemicals are, as I mentioned a while ago, reactive, flammable, toxic, and explosive. And then, of course, it must be 2,000 pounds minimum and above for the quantities of these hazardous chemicals to be produced. So that's qualified that your employer and company should follow the PSM or process safety management. Okay, actually, there are a lot of elements for process safety management. So, a lot 14. I don't have to mention all, so I need to discuss only one. Okay, process safety information. Process safety information is really necessary in order we can have our process hazard analysis or the PHA. Okay, process safety information, we know that, and then after that PHA, because PHA, process hazards analysis, is a requirement under Clean Clear Act Amendment of November 15, 1990. Okay, so established by OSHA again, Occupational Safety and Health and Administration. Okay, OSHA. Okay, so this states that we should follow the PHA, okay, as a part of our process safety management. So before doing the PHA or the process hazards analysis, we need to have the process safety information. So what is really the definition of this process safety information? This is pertaining to the information on the hazards of the highly hazardous chemicals that are used or produced, okay, in the process. Okay, and then this is also referred to the information of the technology and equipment for the process or used in the process. Okay, so if you have the PSI, you need to say this is written information of the process hazards of various workplace chemicals used, and including the equipment and technology involved in it. And of course, we need to specify and identify the people who are really working with this process of various hazardous chemicals. We need to identify also, especially, we need to identify the potential sources of the accidental release of these hazardous chemicals, because this is really the risk being focused with. Okay, we need to prevent with. That's why this process safety management arrived. Okay, so this is the definition of process safety information. It's very clear, right? So all about information so that we can use that in our PHA. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I will be able to continue my vlogging after later on. So if you like this video, bye bye and God bless everybody. Moi. I'm coming back for the continuation of this vlogging. Thank you so much.